So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. All right. So here, see, this is schedule trigger, right? This is schedule trigger. What does it do in this workflow? And I'm going to explain this before going into today's one. So, all right. So schedule trigger, it's supposed to run this workflow according to the time you want, right? Then we use a get function here. We use get here. So now what this get does, or why I use this get, or why you should take note of this get, is that if you check closely, if you add get both under your spreadsheet, or so under your agent as a tool, it's the same function. Get is get, send is send. This, you understand? So the fact that I'm using get spreadsheet here does not mean this is the only time you have to use it. It means that I am showing you how that, okay, you can actually pull data. You can pull data from an existing database. Do you understand? That is the get function, all right? Then this one here sets the data just like we all know, all right? While this one here removes the duplicate. And that day when we ran it, it removed 2 duplicates, right? It removed 2 items. So imagine you are supposed to send this email to follow up on your customers or your clients, all right? And a client is receiving 2 emails, or one is costing you more, 2, that client will be like, this person is not professional to be sending me 2 emails, right, instead of 1, okay? So that is it. Then another thing here now is that the loop loops them. Because these things are peculiar to somebody, different people, what Victor field is not what Amarachi field, is not what Kirian field. They don't have the same name. And we want these AI agents to write messages peculiar to them, hyper-personalized messages. All right. So that is why we are looping this. And again, aside that, we also want to do our protect our rate limiting. What do I mean by protecting rate limiting? What I mean by protecting rate limit is, which I've already explained this. When your AI agent receives so many data at once, it will break, or your email, for every of the API you're using here. Now, this is an API. This here is an API. This here is an API. Sorry, not that. Not that. Not this. This here is an API. This here. Why my hand they bend like say this here is an API. Right? All of them have their rate limits. This one has limits. This one has limits. This one has limits, and this one has limits. So it is now left for you to find out what their limit is. So what I mean by their limit is this. The limit can be in different ways. Like number one, Gmail can say that because I am using a free Gmail, I cannot send more than 20 messages per day. That is one. That is one type of limit. That one is daily limit. The Gmail can also say whether I am using free account or I'm using a subscribed account, I cannot do API calls more than 20 per second. More than 20 per second. All right. Now, this is how that works. If the emails I am sending, if those names there are up to 50, remember that Gmail says 20 calls per second. That is the limit. But they are 50. So pushing 50 items into a place where the limit is 20. For each of the email address is one call. For each email address is a call. You understand? So imagine you're pushing 50 into where 20 is supposed to happen. What does it mean? It will break. In most cases, they will even block you and they will block your account. Like me, I sent 100 emails in one day. They blocked my account. I had to do verification again for them to unblock my account. I I I did a cold emailing agent workflow like this. I scraped 100 email addresses and companies from Epify, set up everything using HTML and everything. Sent 100. Immediately it got to 100, bam, they blocked my account. Understand? Now I used how many? I used 10 seconds wait. 10 seconds wait. That was what I used. I just set it up. It was rolling. I left it. And all of them went. The 100th email, they blocked my account. All right. So that is how powerful this thing is. Okay. Now, and I looked all of them. So imagine that 100, I am sending them at once. Trust me. One, the rate limit per second is going to first of all block my account, even the API, that's the AI agent account or the AI model rather. Even your AI model would also have their rate limit. However, those ones will now have higher limits. There are some that will have up to 100 API calls a second. I'm not talking about per minute. So this thing you're seeing came, came, came is second. But to you, what you'll be like, what is a second? What is a second? But to that app there, a millisecond matters a lot. Millisecond, and just like I told you, while we are doing the error handling, right? While we are doing the error handling, I told you that a server can fall in a millisecond. You will not see what a millisecond is. But these tools here understand what milliseconds is. And that millisecond that is going to fail, your workflow, your entire workflow is going to fail. Something that is less than Kim. I mean, something that is less than Kim. What can be less than Kim? Which means it's going to be K. Even itself is even less than K. But that is what is going to fail your workflow. All right. So sometimes these platforms would have rate limit. Look at their rate limit. Look at their rate limit. Okay. So these are times where we need to put look and wait. Look and wait. Look and wait. All right. Do not make the mistake of bringing this guy here instead of you to look the email inside, then you put the email here. You put the email here, you are still going to hit that. You're still going to hit that rate limit because what this place does, what this line does is when this place has finished running, when all these places have finished looping, if it loops 100 things, it will loop this 100 things, then I'll put the 100 here all at once. So when it outputs this 100 all at once here, all that 100 will pack into here at once. So imagine when 100 items are packing into this place. What does it mean? It's going to break. All right. So for a place like this, I'm going to draw this to help you remember this. Do not put this here, the Gmail node. Take it like you putting your if you carry this Gmail that is supposed to put inside here, take it that you are a big head. That is why I put that big head there. Take it that you're a big head. If you put it inside there, put it there, right? Because you are trying to loop them one at each time, one at each time, one at each time. Okay? So do not loop just the right top, then you go and pack all of them into one. You're still going to hit that rate limit. But this one, just like we did, which you saw it happen as well, everything was looping, but here, this point, this dawn here was just waiting. This dawn was waiting. So that immediately everything gets looped, it will now flow. Immediately everything gets looped, finish doing, it will now flow and go to the next thing. So a lot of time, depending on what you're building, your workflow can still continue here to other things, depending on what you're building. Can still continue to other things, right? So do not be a big head to put it there. All right. So I'm going to clear this. I think that big head I did, I'm supposed to use red pen to even do it, Abby. For people that red is their favorite color, like Nancy. Don't be a big head. Don't put it here. So anybody that comes to ask me the question, I'll ask the first thing I'll ask the person, do you remember when I drew big head here? Do you remember when I drew big head? Thank you. Okay. Now I have erased it. So let us now go to what we are going to do today. So we've done a couple of things. Have we done anything with webhook? Have we done anything with webhook?
No, we haven't.
Correct. Okay. So let's say we are which item what can we okay. Let's say we are working with something, all right? Let's say we are working with something. Let me check this. Okay, no, this is schedule reminder. Okay, hold on. Now, trust me, with that workflow we last, you should be able to do something like this. You should be able to do this. This is just the same thing. This is a schedule trigger, and what the schedule trigger does is that it schedules to start. So this is a 2-in-1 kind of workflow, all right? It will send the business owner notifications telling him that, okay, you have these appointments, pulling those appointments from this list, okay? Then this code node will clean and output only any appointment that is not today's own. So it's going to only send reminders for today and upcoming ones. However, to make it more professional, I was on TikTok Live this morning, actually. That was so someone said that he has somebody who wants to build something like this that I should help. So I had to do this. So he said, no calendar and nothing, but I told him the professional way to do it is to add calendar. Add calendar in this workflow so that it will fix the appointments and schedule. So instead of sending all these reminders every day, you are using calendar. So this code node is going to clean and remove any date that is not current and future. You can also decide to make it to only send ones that are although there's a way you can review this to make sure that it has day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 this thing alarm system, right, or notification system, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. You can set it like that. That is going to be a different style, okay? But now it's still in this same way, right? This same logic rather. So immediately this one runs and notifies the business owner that, see, you have appointments, so appointment and so appointment. This one will now run and it will now look at the sheet. It will now look at the sheet to check those people. Now I keep adding this do nothing here because there is no, I do not see the reason for it to continue. Not that it can't continue, but personally, since it is for demo, for teaching, there is nothing there for me to continue it with. But you might have one thing to continue it with. Do you understand? You might have a reason to continue. So if you have a reason to continue it, then you continue. Do not say because I use do nothing, then you too you use do nothing. If you do that, you are a Nancy, you're a what?
Big head. But I don't have big head. I'm on transit. Well done, sir.
All right. So if you do that, you are a cool. So you should not say because that is where I ended mine, that is where you must end yours. You have to end yours according to the business requirements. Okay. So what this does is after it has finished sending the business owner notifications for upcoming events, it will now send, it will look at this sheet. That is where that filter. Okay, I think even that one I also use filter, right? That is where that filter is important. Filtering, when you open here, if you check here, you find out that there are 11 items here, but here there are 6 items. Okay, so here we only pull up any appointment that is pending. It will pull up only pending appointment. It will pull up only pending appointment. Then write a confirmation email to those people. Now let me show you the confirmation email here. Let me show you the confirmation email that it wrote. Okay. Let me show you the confirmation email that it wrote. So this here is the confirmation email. Dear social person, I hope this video finds you well, and I'm reaching out to remind you about your pending appointment scheduled for so ask. So we want to ensure everything is safe. Could you please confirm if this date and time still works for you? All right. So it's going to ask for confirmation of appointment. All right. It's going to ask for confirmation of appointment. All right. So that's it. I just needed to show you that. So do not say, oh, because this was the way I did. Sorry. Do not say because I did my way a certain way, that must be the way you will do yours. All right. Okay, good. And if you check closely, you see that all these things are virtually the same logic. They're virtually the same logic, like the same logic.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Yes, go
What
ahead.
if Sarah replies that email? Is there any, I didn't see any flow that will pick that response.
Awesome. That's good. Now, you can do your email management workflow for that. All right. Appointments. In that email management workflow that we did, you can have an appointment kind of category, right? Or you just do a very simple filter. Use only one label, appointment, to do it. You understand? You still run and pick that and confirm that we have received the person's email, right? That's a reply to the person. You understand? You can do that. Okay. You might also want to, I will not advise you to do that here. And I will not advise you to use human in the loop. Human in the loop is this. If you're building something for outsiders, I don't advise human in the loop. Let me check if this has, okay, it actually does not have human in the loop. I think it's the AI agent that has human in the loop. There is no human in the loop for this one. Yeah, it's the AI agent that has human in the loop. This one does not have human in the loop. Okay. So human in the loop is going to send and wait. What if the person does not reply? What happens? It keeps your, it keeps the gateway for your workflow open. Actually, the person does not reply at all. And again, if you want to set, okay, this is the limit of time, what do you know is the limit? So human in the loop should only be for your own personal one. That is what I would advise. Then if you want to have it's a workflow that catches it, which is one thing I think I've been telling you from the onset, right? One thing you should try to do is do not try to put all your use case into one workflow. Left for me, I wouldn't mind building four separate workflows for the sake of one particular use case. You see some people building heaven and earth, building from here to here. When that thing will fail, there is no how you build complex workflows that it does not fail. You understand? Instead of me to build very complex, you can build complex. How many steps is okay, but instead of me to build, I'm building follow-up system and I'm putting form the customer intake into that follow-up system and putting email management into the same one. Trust me, it's going to fail. It cannot be stable. It won't be stable. You understand? And a lot of people just go to AI, go to Claude, use Claude, generate one workflow. Claude will generate something that looks like village people, village family tree. Like, you know how village, what's it called, generational family tree is. Claude will generate it and you put and you now go to Upwork and start looking for someone to pay $20 to come and fix it for you. I will not fix it for you. Because that one is even more difficult. You understand? So do not be the person that believes in putting every workflow into one. Split them. Split them. All right. So if I'm building this and I'm supposed to catch from email, I would rather build a different email management separately. Very simple thing to catch the email and run. And you see that it will be very stable. Then along the same line, another thing I would like to chip in here is this. Let me chip this in. Okay, let me chip this. Where is? Okay, for instance, let me say this very simple thing here, okay? This advice I will give you now might sound very odd to you. It might sound very odd, but let me still give it to you. If you're building an AI agent like this, all right, remove this from here. You understand? Remove this for two purposes. Number one, let someone not use your chatbots to send email with your business. That's number one. Number two, whenever this agent feels overwhelmed, it might slip and fail to send email. So what do? Build a different workflow using this as a trigger. I can do it now, right? Build a different workflow using Gmail as a trigger so that immediately this guy here stores any data into this Gmail, into this spreadsheet. Immediately AI agent stores data into spreadsheet. That email workflow, separate email workflow will pick that detail and fire and send email to it. Do you understand? That way, it will always send email. I know a couple of, like you've not seen this, you've not seen it on YouTube, but if you have given people your agents or your chatbot to test, and maybe up to 10 persons chat with it, one or two might tell you that they did not receive email. Has anyone tried it? One or two person might tell you that they did not receive email, confirmation email, or that chat, after chat email. Okay, so remove this from here, do a separate workflow. Because I brought this up, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do two workflows today. One very simple one, and which is this one now. So someone was raising his hand. Who is that? Glory OBS.
Yes, in the case where you need to make these workflows continuous, and you're still using this N8N that is for the test cases, like when it expires, then what happens after?
The workflow breaks. The workflow goes offline.
Okay, it breaks. So in that case, you need to get the one for the year or something.
Yes. So this is what N8N does, right? In that your question, if you check on your screen where it will show you execution, it will show you 0/1000. Has anyone seen 0/1000 at the top? Or 1/1000 or 2/1000? Have you seen that on your screen? I'm asking everybody. Have you seen something of 0/1000 by the top left?
Execution for executions.
Yes, executions. Now that 0/1000 means that under your account, you can only do 1000 production execution. That's what it means. You can do only 1000 production execution. If you go to N8N, if you subscribe the one of $24 per month, it will show you over 2,500. It means that you can only use that account to do 2,500 execution. Which means, remember that if you're using AI agent, high is one execution. How are you? 2 execution. I am so person, 3 execution. So imagine 10 persons come to chat it 50 times with 20 words. That would mean how many executions? You understand? So self-hosting still remains the best, but they will now advise. Now, this is what N8N does. They will tell you that for you to use it on production, you should write to them to buy enterprise level. But people, yes, you still use the VPS hosted to do your stuff that you want to do. You understand? Because each of their package has limitations. The next stage is about, is it $40 or something dollar? That one has 10,000 execution in a month. That's okay. So like that thing I was talking about now, your AI agent, putting it aside, setting the email sending aside, that if you're building an elaborate customer system or customer agent, all right, if you're building an elaborate one, do not put that email there. So you can come here, that spreadsheet where it is storing that data, you put the sheet here as a trigger. Now you say trigger, you will now use on row added. So whenever a row is added, or you can also use updated, row added or updated. So depending on what you are building, if you are building a workflow that the AI agent will store, or it can also update, then use row added or updated. But now I'm going to use row added. All right. Then the poll time, when is it going to poll? It will poll every minute. So it will search through every minute, every 1 minute, it will search through to check if there is a new row. Okay, so if there is a new row, it will pick it up. But if there is no new row, so let me take this appointment scheduling here. Okay, let me take appointment scheduling and I'll choose the sheet, which is sheet 1. This appointment scheduling is a mock data and I fire, right? Yes, it's going to pull up everything in that sheet, but when it is in production, it will be running one by one. It will only be running whenever something is added. All right, so look at this here. These are mock data. These are mock data from ChatGPT. I don't even know where he brought those emails from. And YouTube is not going to allow me to post this video again. They removed the former video because email address is showed. So I'm going to look for a way to edit this and blur those email addresses. that I just showed. Okay. So if I'm building this, I will just simply make it very simple. The edit field, I'll add the edit field and put the items I need. Appointment ID, date, time, client name, email address, service needed, and status. You understand? And I will execute. So here now, it's just going to be a very simple one, right? I can now put the AI agent here. Another AI, I'll just put an AI agent to be an email writer. So here, even if I stop here, you already know what you should do. Abi? You already know what you should do. Even if I stop here, right? Then I'll just tell it you are a professional email confirmation agent. You are to write to confirming their confirming confirming the what's it called? Confirming their appointment schedule and all that, okay? You come here, remember you have to make your chart elaborate, but I'm just using this to show you a very quick walkthrough. It's not like I'm building a workflow for you to see because by now you should already know how to do this, right? True or false? This is not the class for today, but because I brought this up now, I'm showing you how you can do it, okay? Then the inputs, what are the inputs? Inputs, inputs, all right? Name, time, date, service, status. All right. Appointment, appointment ID, appointment ID. So I put the ID here, put the date here, put the time here, put the client's name here, put the service needed, right? And I send. Remember, you use the output parser. Use the output parser to do the normal thing you have to do. But let me turn it off. Use your output parser. Then you put a chart model here. Put a chart model. Put chart model. You put it here. All right. And you execute. This one has started again. You see the issue here? So let me just copy all these. Now C. The chat model subnode must be connected. Now look at this. It's attempting to write all these messages at once, but yes, it will write them. It will try to write them one after the other. Then imagine I now put a Gmail node directly. Can you see? 3, 4 is writing all the emails. You successfully write all of them, but if I now put the Gmail node, or if it has a rate limit per minute, you understand, it will limit me. It will limit me, but let me just allow you to write these 20 items. So imagine I'm sending this. You can see it has put the 20 items all at once. This is why you need loop. So imagine I put Gmail node here directly. I put Gmail node here directly, and boom, so it's going to spark all these 20 items and send all at once. They will block my account. All right. So in a situation like this, you have to put your loop and wait. If it is something you're expecting that, okay, there could be influx, maybe plenty people chatting at the same time, maybe up to 10 or more than 10, then you put loop and wait. But if it's a chatbot that, okay, it's probably going to be storing not really much, right? You can now you can make it plain like this, okay? Then, but let's see the output here. Appointment confirmation for so dear John, this is to confirm your appointment for consultation scheduled on so appointment, blah 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 blah. This, you understand? And that is it. You can even go further here. After sending, you can now use this workflow to put the calendar. If the person is using Calendly or the person is using Google Calendar, use it to put Google Calendar, create an event. Use it to create an event, right? According to the detail. Okay. So in this one, I will come here. I'll come to this edit field and pick. I'll select my calendar. All right. And I'll pick the start date. When is the date? Start date. I'll put it here. End date. Now, remember that this is date and time, right? See it, date and time. So you have to convert. Okay, let me see the nature this one appeared. Now, if this is date and time, what you have to do is you convert, always use your code to convert it to what here needs, what is needed. All right, so let me check this. Attendees or the description, location. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is date and the time. I'll put the date and the time. It may not flow, for which I'm even going to risk this. So I'm going to limit, sorry, let me limit this to one item. Because once I run it now, all of them will pack in. So let me limit it to one item. I'm picking from here. Maximum one item. But it's not going to flow. It's actually not going to flow because of this error here. So for the sake of this demo, let me send it through here. For the sake of this demo, I'm sending it through here. Please. That doesn't mean that is where it should be. Because I don't want to. All right. No need for that. So let me put this limiter here. Let me put this limiter here. Only output one item. I know that if I don't do this fully, some people will not will still want to do exactly what I did. All right, so let me change this. Anybody still having issue with output parser? Is anybody still having issue with output parser? Subject. So this here is going up. Subjects. So I would have just pinned that item there. Because it's still going to write 20 messages. Now I see people who both on LinkedIn and Facebook and some other places, people who use manual trigger to trigger AI agents. And I still do not understand such use case where you are using manual trigger to trigger your AI agents. Please, why is that? Does anybody have the answer to that? Okay, so let me put this subject here, email body here, change this to text, and let me just write my name. Okay, then this is successful. Yeah, so I can now use this. All right, so here I'm going to still put the date from the edit field, date. Oh. We'll delete all of this. Date. And time. This may not work because I may need to convert this. So the description and the attendees, I'll add the attendees. Now the attendees, I can add my email address since this is a mock data. But if you have real data, you drag that email and drop. Do you understand? Then the description, consultation, I'll put description as consultation. Then other thing I'll put is summary. Yes, I'll also put, okay, summary will be the name of the person and which will be, how is this something like this? Consultation, right? John Carter consultation. Then visibility, show me us, send updates, marks attendees. Then guests can modify. Should I turn it on? Okay, you can allow guests to modify, or no, you can't allow guests. Can guests invite others? You can allow that if needed. All right. Then color or ID. Do you need a color? Okay, you can make this. Now let us execute this. I'm hoping it's going to fail because, okay, it did not fail because I was thinking the date will make it fail. All right, so let me check my email if I received any invitation. Did I receive any invitation? Yes. Okay, this is the email. I don't think I received any invitation. Okay, I did not receive any calendar invitation, but let me check here. Okay, yeah. So something, I'm supposed to add something. I'm supposed to add something here. I guess this is the invitation. Let me add something why I did not receive that invitation. So add field again. Where is that? Send updates. Yes, here, notifications. Let's say if I execute this, let me see if I'll receive a notification now. If I don't receive a notification, I will still check and know why. But is my email address correct at all? This choose a Gmail. Okay, yeah, it's correct. Then I would check. Why didn't I receive visibility? Okay. And location. Okay, let me just send updates. Okay. I'm trying to see why. I'm trying to see why the stuff wasn't. But let me check my calendar here. I want to check my calendar here and see. I have to confirm, but I'm in doubt that that date structure is going to, but you need to convert it to dates. You need to convert it. That schedule was May. Okay. All right. It fixed. Okay, no, this is this is the old one. Sorry, let me check the date of that. Let me check the date. 1st of, okay. And the end date is, wait, oh, probably read this backward. Yes, it read it backward. It read this backward. This is, so it used year, month, and date. So it read it backward. So let me check here. Yeah, it read it backward. So this is one thing now. We have to change this, clean it up, and let me check how do we convert this. And we need to convert this to be, we now need to convert it to a usable time. Instead of 2026, I don't know if anybody understands what I'm trying to explain here. This
No.
here.
Please explain.
Okay. The date, it's picking the date as January 1st, sorry, January 5th, 2026, not May 5th. Look at it, it changed the date and the time.
Okay.
You understand? So what I'm going to do is to check the incoming data, know when it changed this into this. Do you get? So it's something you can use code node. Sorry, because it's something you can use an edit field to convert, to change again, convert it, right? So and you know that when you try fixing an appointment, if you try fixing an appointment into your calendar and you're using already past dates, that appointment will not be scheduled. Do you understand? That appointment will not be scheduled if you try fixing anything. So let me check if I have any spam. Do I have any spam here? Okay, there's no spam. So it wasn't fixed. And if you look at this here, this is May. Let me go to May. May 1st. Yeah, there is no meeting here. May 1st. There's no meeting. There's no meeting on May 1st. It did not fix anything because it was using already past dates. All right. So, but is there a way we can change these dates? We can use the edit field, use that JSON code, convert the date to this format that it understands. So it understands this format. So you now convert it to year, month, and day. That is the format it understands. All right. But I'm trying to check here if there are any way to convert it. There is no way to convert it here. Let me check rule. Our rule. No, it's not here. It's not here. All right. So these are other things. So what you can do, like I said, you put an edit field here, put an edit field here to convert that incoming date from this one. Or you can even use the edit field here and convert it. Convert it already before sending it to your create event. All right. That is going to serve. But the essence of me doing this, but this here is optional. This here is optional. You can let your AI agent do that. It will fix it accurately. Right? It's optional. Okay. But the essence of doing this is to tell you that you should use what? Bring this guy out from your AI agent. That sheet that your AI agent is dropping those data, Airtable sheets, Supabase, anywhere. For the people that showed me Supabase database, I think Victor and Coach Beauty, the workflow people showed me was built with Supabase, not spreadsheet. All those green thunder like this, they are Supabase. Those green thunder that look like Z, they are Supabase. All right, that is a database. It means that those people are storing their data in Supabase, right? So anywhere you want to catch your data from, you catch it from, all right? But have a different email workflow for it instead of putting this email under AI agent. That is my own advice. Okay. So is that well understood? Is that well understood?
Bless everybody here, don't follow.
I've not entered today's class. So the attended class for today. Before I do that, let me give everybody a few minutes because I will have to introduce. I have to introduce webhook today. We'll use webhook today. We'll use webhook next time as well. So we'll introduce webhook today. So let me give you people 5 minutes to rest your head. Okay. Are you guys tired? Are you guys tired already?
No.
We are here now. We are following.
Okay, take 5 minutes and go and rest because we have 1 hour. We
All
have
right.
we have 1 hour to go. Yes.
That 5 minutes is essential.
All right. Hello, people. Are you guys done with your break? Are you done with your break? Is there anybody who
I'm
needs
here.
more time?
But I wanted to ask a
Oh,
quick question. This
yes,
output
yes.
parser, is this something I need to
Mm.
set up? Because I've not heard of output parser before. Is it
Okay,
something I need
okay.
to set up like open router?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
You don't have that. Is a node. Is what is an optional AI agent tool that uses to separate outputs or guide it on the outputs to give. Mm. So you don't have to. It doesn't have API or anything else.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Coach Beauty, Fatima, Glory, Kirian, Kingsley, Nancy, Obina, Temiolua, Vio, I know you're in the office. Victor, Apexo, and Will Chris. Is everybody here? See, our class has reduced though. Coach Beauty, you are practicing and you're eating. No problem. Oh. No problem. Oh. All right. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go to work. I'm going to introduce the webhook today. Correct. I'm going to introduce the webhook and I will give the explainer around it. Okay. We have just 1 hour to go. All right. So here is your webhook as a trigger. There are people here who have worked with the webhook. I know. There are people who have worked with the webhook, right? But here is the webhook here as a trigger. Okay. Now, how does the webhook work? Why do you need a webhook? And what is the concept behind the webhook? So let me give you this analogy. Let me give you this analogy here. And I'm going to start it. Okay, let me give you this analogy here. So take this webhook, take it as you. All right, take it as you, and you made an okay, take it as you, and someone sent you a delivery, someone sent you a package from any store at all. It could be Jumia, it could be Amazon, it could be Gigi, it could be ShopRite, it could be Walmart, it could be anywhere at all, right? But you that the person sent it to, you are inside your house. Do you understand? You are inside your house. The package gets to you. You do not have to go out. You do not have to go and look for the package, but you'll be where you are. The package will come and meet you. Right? So, invariably, take it like you are, take it that you are making an order, or maybe you are in a restaurant, all right? Or you are a chef. Yeah, say you are a chef in a restaurant. You are behind the counter when your kitchen cooking things, and people are making order. You are not seeing the people making the order. You don't know who made the order, right? Nothing concerns you and the order that they make. Your own concern is that that order gets to you, you prepare the meal and send out. Do you understand? Key point. You are inside the kitchen. They make order outside. They bring the order to you. You take that order, webhook, take the order, prepare, run the things, prepare, do other steps inside the kitchen. Then you push it out. That is the concept of the webhook. It does not mean that that chef is going to use only pots. It doesn't mean the chef is going to use only fire. It means, invariably, the chef is going to use a couple of other things. But that medium through which the chef received that order, that is the function of the webhook. All right? So you have received that order. Then other things you do with the webhook. The other things you do with the order, you're going to start up fire, you're going to wash plate, you're going to put it in a pot, you're going to use oil, you're going to use Maggi or seasoning cube, you're going to use other things, right? Those other processes are now what your workflow is going to do. The workflow is going to process this, do that, do this, do that before outputting it, send it back to where it's supposed to go. So your webhook sits down in your workflow and catches inputs from the external world. Is there another kind of example I can use to break it down? But do you guys understand this? Is it well understood? The ideology or the logic of webhook, is it understood? Okay. One person said yes. Two persons said yes. All right. So here, I am going to now go to the place. Okay. So we want to test webhook. We want to test webhook. When testing webhook, just like we do on other times, I will not just come here and explain webhook to you, and I will not like, you will not test it. We are not going to test it and use it to build something, right? Now we want to test webhook. Now, mind you, we have already, in fact, a system like webhook, what I'm supposed to do is to explain how to use it to catch data, especially unguided data. Especially unguided data. Okay, so let's say want to catch data with webhook. Now, there are several scenarios you can use to catch data with. You can use webhook on. You can use it on your call. You can use it to catch your form systems. You can use it to catch even chatbots. All right, or even messaging apps that have webhook. Even your WhatsApp, you can use webhook on it. You just have to check how to integrate it, and fly your test data and catch it, and boom, you proceed. Okay. But now this is where it gets interesting. And where does it get interesting? All your workflow, there is no special workflow for webhook. There is no special workflow for webhook. I introduced webhook as a trigger, so it is just a trigger amongst other triggers. Your workflow still stands. Your workflow knowledge that you know before still stands. You still build your workflow normally the way you build your workflow. The difference here is this. You can change start input mode into webhook. You can change form that's on form submission to webhook. You can change your spreadsheet to webhook. You can change your email to webhook. All those triggers that we've been using, you can change them. But the data still remains. The workflow will still be your normal workflow that you know how to do. All right. That is just it. So there is no special workflow. There is no special thing with webhook. It's just there. So now we are going to simulate webhook, and what we are going to use to simulate it is postman. Everybody say postman. Postman, not postwoman. Postman. Say postman. I need to hear your voice. So we are going to use postman to simulate webhook. It does not mean that postman is where your webhook works from. No. Postman is just a tool to simulate webhook, to test webhook, to send data into webhook. So you're going to use postman as if postman is that WhatsApp, as if postman is that form, as if postman is that chat widget, as if postman is that database that is going to send that data to your workflow. So the fact that we're going to use postman now does not mean that your webhook only uses postman. No. Rather, we are using postman as a simulator. Your webhook in production would not pass through postman. It does not have any relationship. It does not have anything to do with postman. In production, you will give the link, or you put the link where you catch the data from. But for now, since we do not have a place to catch the data from, let us use postman, simulate a place to catch data from. Okay? So when you're building your workflow, do not say that we used postman, so you need to go and learn postman. No. Postman, you don't need postman. Do you understand? Okay. Postman is just a simulator, all right? All right, so here I'm going to share, I'm going to stop sharing, then I share the entire screen. I'll share the entire screen. So here I'll go to postman.core. I'll go to postman. Yes, that's a postman. If you do not have an account with postman, you can simply create an account and you do what? You sign in. All right, so I'm going to use my email to sign in. Okay. So this is postman here, right? I'm going to workspaces. Either I create a workspace or I use my already existing workspace. Or use my already existing workspace, right? Now here in postman, very important, look at here, my collection, I need to use post. So whichever method you are using here is the same method you're going to use here, right? I've explained all these ones before, the post, get, patch, and all those. I've explained them with when we treated the nodes, right? So one thing you should notice, you should also take note of here is this. All right. Now authentication, basic authentication, header authentication, and JWT or none. For now, we are going to use none. Okay. We're going to use none. Are you sure we've not done webhook? So this part here is the URL for your webhook. Just like your form, look at this, webhook/test. Production is webhook, there's no test. So test URL is this, but the part simply means that you are changing this. So assuming you want to change this to, day 5, or sorry, week 4, day 3, consider it has changed here, and it has also changed here. All right, but let's just leave it to what it was, because that one is more get. Okay, no, so we are going to use posts. All right, we're going to use posts, but then webhook, just like you know, your N8N uses data in JSON format, JSON format. I know, did I talk about, I explained about JSON format, how it is. I think I used Williams to say JSON, right? So it uses JSON format to catch data. In fact, it uses its data in JSON format, JavaScript object notation, JSON, right? So for you to catch your data in webhook, you have to get a JSON of data. All right. So instead of me to start breaking my head, where am I going to get my test data? All right. So let me use something of an unguided data now. All right. I'll go to ChatGPT and tell it to give me, I'll tell ChatGPT to give me what's it called? I'll tell it to give me the JSON formats for webhook for so data and so data. All right. Generate JSON data for postman to webhook with the following details. Okay. I would say name. Okay, with following details, assuming it is a form. Assuming it is a form, all right. Name, my chain. Oh, sorry. Name, my chain. All right. Okay. Good. I'm going to tell you to remove these submitted ads. But this is not the data I actually need, though. This is not the data I actually need. My chain. Email, because I need unguided data. Email. And another one would be service needed. Let me use this one now to show you that it's just the same with the form system. AI automation for social media. AI automation for social media. Then I would say business challenge. I am currently unable to surpass monthly revenue of 20K. I'm bringing this back to your mind. In a month, even though I run many ads. All right, then budget 30K, 2K dollars. Unstructured data. So let me use this. Cool. Look at this, right? I copy this. I want that item to be posted, to be received here, as if it was a form. So remember when I was telling you guys that in case you have an unstructured data, especially running through a webhook or something like that, okay, you should use your code node to clean it. So I'm only going to simulate the webhook, then you will go and take it as an assignment. Now, this is a very serious assignment. You take it as an assignment to complete it because we've done this before. We've done exactly this before, but the only thing is webhook difference. Okay. We've actually done webhook before. I'm going to come here. I'll say listing to test events. I'll go to this place. Okay, now the things that you have to take note of is you have to go to body. You have to go to body. Go to body. Raw. Here, JSON. You paste it. All right. You paste this and check, is there any error showing? No error showing, right? Now, the URL, I'm going to stop this. Okay, I'll copy the URL. Click to copy, I'll copy it, and I will post here. Then I'll send. If it shows 200, okay, yeah, look at it. 200, okay, means that it has cut our workflow. You can see here, workflow started. If you go there, you see this item has been cut. Right? The item, so this is the body. We need the body. Okay, so I will pin this item here. I will pin it. Then, because from here now is your normal workflow that you already know how to do. So edit field, I'll put the edit field to pick the data from the body. Now, look at plenty of all this. You do not need them. Just collapse this, the headers, collapse this. What we need is the body. And you can see that the body came in as an object. The body came in as object, but we do not need this, but we need them one by one. Do you understand? We need them one by one. And another thing you should notice is that there is no timestamp here. There is no time showing us when and where the data came from. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to map the name, body.name, good. Map email, body.email. Map services needed, body.services needed. Map business challenge, body.this. Map budget, no, I wouldn't. Okay, fine, this is good. This is also okay. All right. Map budget, I've mapped budget, all right. Then additional thing I will have to map is timestamp, because I need to keep track of the time. So I'll just copy this already existing one here and come to put it here. Timestamp. All right. Then I would change this to timestamp. Something that is not in existence, I've put it here. Is there anything else I'm missing? Is there anything I'm missing? So here is business challenge. All right, here is service needed. Here is email address, and here is full name. Okay, then here is budgets. And I execute. You can see that from here down to every other thing you're going to do is your normal workflow you already know. Your normal workflow you already know. Now, the next thing to do is what? Convert this. Now, let me tell you, we use code node to convert. All right, before we use code node to convert. All right, can we actually use here? Can we use here to convert to clean? Look at this 20K. Look at this. Can we use this? We cannot use this in the workflow. All right, so you have to use the code node. You have to add the code node. You have to add the code node, all right, to do what? To convert the data. So I'll take this just like you already know, out. Okay. Give me JavaScript code with pre-checks to output cleaned data converting budget to number converting the money in business challenge to number, e.g. 20K to 20. BTC. Okay. Right. So I'll put it here. Remember that sometimes it will give you the wrong thing. So what would you do? You simply redo. Do you understand? But this was too fast. This was too fast. So let's check.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Sometimes when we're trying to generate a code, sometimes you use JavaScript, sometimes you use JSON.
Mm-hmm.
When exactly do we have to differentiate between the two?
Now, this is code in JavaScript. It means that this particular node, what you're going to use is JavaScript inside it. But these ones are JSON. Look at this. JSON dots. Understand?
Okay, yes. Thank you.
This is code in JavaScript. Good. All right. So here, okay, it has cleaned. It has cleaned, right? Okay, here. So it gave us cleaned one. Name this budget raw, budget numeric, and extracted value, and this. So but the thing, I don't want it to extract the value. I don't want it to extract the value. Okay, so I'll tell it again. Okay, I'll come here and correct it and tell it do not extract value, just output the entire body with cleaned number value. Do same to the, okay. So let's see if it's going to do that. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not using Grok on this system again. In something like this, Grok is smarter. Since we started this class, I've not used Grok, right? Okay, good. All right, look at it here. I am currently, so it has, right? Business challenge. I am currently unable to surpass the monthly revenue of in a month. But before, it extracted it separately. So it worked here. So here now, I'm going to add another edit field. I want to add another edit field. All right. And put the name, the email address, service needed, business challenge. I will put, okay, that's fine. Let me remove these ones and use only the cleaned data. Name, email, service needed, business challenge, budget, and timestamp. Right? These are they. So here, I would simply write a full name. Now, mind you, sometimes these connotations here affect, in fact, not sometimes, it affects this here. You can see when I change these things here now, you see that they will no longer go as objects. They will now go as plain data. Okay, so I'll say email, say service needed. All right, I'll say business challenge. I'll say budget. All right. And see, that object has gone off because I removed those connotations. The object has gone off. They are now as normal outputs. All right. Yeah. So here, what am I going to do here now? I'm going to, where else do we want it? So assuming you want to, save and write to these people, or you want to filter based on budgets, you can choose to put your switch. Now I'm going to stop it here. You can choose to put your switch or your if or anything, but you can see that this is, the only difference is the webhook, but this is the same as form. True or false? The only difference is the webhook here. That is the only difference. We have done all this before. The only difference is this. Okay, so what you now do is complete it, you use, that's going to be your assignment, complete it. Let me know if you remember the things we've done in the past. Let me know if you remember. Complete it, right? Then use your if, use your switch, use anyone you want to use AI to write the messages and send to them. All right? Use AI, send to them. Then you store it in Sheet. No, don't store it in Sheet. Store it in Airtable. Don't store in Sheet. Store on Airtable. We've passed Airtable. So store on Airtable. Make this to go into 3. Have 3 outputs. Store 2 on Airtable. Store 1 on Sheet. Store 2 lines on Airtable. Store 1 line on Sheet. So this time around, I need you to prove to me your creativity. Is that okay? I need to show me your creativity.
Head don't full.
Make head never full yet, because this is already what we have been doing. We have been doing these. This is not a new thing, right? They are not new. We've been doing them. You are not supposed to. But this is what we have been doing from day one. This particular thing, now that's even where we started from day one. The only difference is the webhook node.
Okay. once again on that webhook, just to recap, the first thing you did was like open the webhook account and register, then create a key, because I think I missed that part. My network was cracking. Did you create a key that you used?
No,
or
you are not creating any key. You're not creating any key. In fact, you're not creating anything at all. It's only that Postman account that you're getting. If you can see alternatives to Postman, then fine. The only thing is you come to webhook. Since this is a try, this is a demo, you copy this one here. Copy this link. Go and paste it into Postman here.
Okay.
Your method is post. You use your post. Then you go to ChatGPT to generate something that you can use to work with. Demo mock data. All right. You use ChatGPT to generate it. Then you send. Here is going to tell you 200 OK. 200 OK means your webhook has started. Well,
okay.
That's what it means. Your webhook has started. So here now, when you click on listing for test events before you send, you paste this, change this body, you come here, click on body, change body, select raw, select here to JSON, because N8N works with JSON. You paste all this, then you go to here, click on listing to test event, then you send. Now, I said you should do 3 lines. Do 3 lines, use budget to segment them. Budget. So instead of you going to keep generating item, you can come here to change. You know, using form system, you will always go and edit your form, right? Go and fill back your form. So here you come here. So if you have your budget, maybe your hot lead to be from 5,000, you can come here and change it to 5,000. You send. You understand? Any other question? See, all the things we are doing now, they are very simple. All of them are just simple. The things we are doing now, they are very simple. Next class, we are going into something like script writer with the AI agent. We'll do a script writer. Okay, we'll do document management. That one is even the one I'm expecting that you are going to be tired. And I don't know, can we do next Saturday? Can we do next Saturday class? Can we do it early in the morning so that your head can still be fresh? Maybe around 7 a.m. in the morning. Can we do that?
No, 7 a.m. Saturdays are mostly days that we use for morning sports. You know, it's the only time early morning sports.
Okay.
For me, I was even complaining that the 10 was too early. So even today, I could not go for my morning sport. I just have to give it up.
I go for hiking, but since this class started, I've not gone for hiking. I go hiking on Saturdays.
You go hiking?
Hmm?
Where you did go hiking?
Where Nigeria they go hiking for? No be inside bush. All those hilly areas. Now that's where they go hiking in Nigeria.
They go find rabbits. You better tell us if they go find rabbits. Which one be hiking for Nigeria?
Actually, no mind waiting Oyibo they go find rocky. So what we do is we look for places that have hills. By the time where you don't climb 4 hills in a day, you know, if you walk again. You know that even the level terrain, there are places that have hills. You will not even know that they have hills. All those inside bush that there are hills that have very sharp steep. If you don't if you don't hold yourself very well, you just brother Bernard. You brother Bernard yourself down. Queen Ikuji, go ahead though.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. So I don't understand what you did with the ChatGPT in the Postman.
Okay. I use ChatGPT to generate mock data that I can use. Okay. Now I cannot I cannot start generating codes because our this thing, what is it called? Because N8N works with JSON. Now, if you check form, any workflow you've built with a form,
Yeah.
you will see that it came like this. Just go to the workflow that you built with a form, fill that form, then that place you will pin it, edit it with pen. You will see this thing. Let me show you. So that's the same thing. That test data, where do I have form system here? Where do I have form system? Okay, with 2 day 1. Where is with 1? Where is with 1 day 1? Where is with 1 day 1? Let me get week 1 day 1. Okay. Okay, yeah, week 1 day 2. Cool. Now let me show you this. When I open this, you see this form? Let me fill it now. Sorry. Let me fill this form. You see that it's going to be that same thing here. Name. Okay. Let me fill it to Queen. Email address. Location. Service needed. Budget. I submit. All right. If I open this form, you can see here, if I click on this JSON, you see? It's the same thing. If I hit on edit, see it, it's the same thing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So instead of me going to start looking for a way to generate this thing, like I'll just go to ChatGPT to tell ChatGPT generate something that I will use on Postman. It will know what I want. Look at it.
Okay.
Now look at this thing here and look at this thing here. Are they not the same?
Yeah.
They're the same. All right. So just like I said, just see your webhook as your normal. The only difference in your webhook is that you're starting from a webhook. That is the only thing. You are starting from a webhook, nothing else, no other difference. You are just starting from a webhook instead of starting from a form or from another trigger.
All right. Thank you, sir. I've been trying to work with that Postman, to use webhook to pull data from Tally.
Tavli.
Tavli, no.
Is it Tavli?
Tally. I think Tally is a form.
Is it Tally or Tally? Tally is an ERP. Tally is an ERP application
that creates form, right?
That's Tally.
I think she means Typeform.
No, I've used Typeform. There is other one I came across, Tally, and I tried
Tavli, we use Tavli to search the web.
No, Tavli is scraper.
It's a scraper.
Let me do Tally.
Tally builds form.
Okay, yeah, form. Yeah, tally.so. Yes, this one.
Okay, they have form too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So I try to use webhook to pull that data, but it's not.
So if you're using Tally and you're using webhook to pull it, I've not used Tally before. What you will do, let me try using this. Let me sign in and see. Let me see the documentation and where to use it. What kind of work do you do? Let me say educator, how to discover, I don't know. That's from a friend, Upana. No friend. Oh, let me use ChatGPT. What? Let me to chat on.
So while we are doing this, is it possible to use N8N to integrate payment gateway?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Is it
You
going to be
use
part of the training?
no, 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 no. But that one you use. I'm not going to do any payment gateway one, but the ideology is to use that your HTTP request node, or if the payment gateway has what's it called, a node here. All right.
Okay.
All those things are quite sensitive. There are some things I don't bring up as this thing because they're sensitive, but but the thing is, as I teach you about your HTTP, how to make use of the HTTP request node, you can use it to do any other thing you want to do. All you just have to do is go to that payment gateway, check their documentation on how to, communicate with the outside world.
Because I feel it's a very important part of the teaching since we are trying to add value to business, so and payment is one crucial aspect as well. So
Yeah, I get you. Okay, connections. So I want to check connections. Where is any documentation or anything? Let me check. Let me check domains. Add a domain. But now, see, you must actually not use the webhook per se.
Okay.
You must not use the webhook per se. Okay, let me see this. Okay. Okay, let me use this. I say register, right? Okay, use this template. So let me use this template and see from the template itself. Now the template, is there anywhere to use webhook for it? Number of submissions, limit submission, access, respondent, email. Is there any way to use webhook or the HTTP back to editor? Okay, that is.
I think you should try to publish.
I want to. Let me check what's new. I can't even find documentation. The MCP. The
You see
MCP.
integrations.
Hmm?
If
I
you
was saying.
create a form,
Mm-hmm.
you open that form and under it you see some option inside submission, share, integration, and setting. I think you will see.
But they're not here now. Look at the form here. So is it customized? It's not customized now. Anyway, this is okay, integrations. All right, integrations. I've seen integrations. Let me see this PDF one key.
I think that is webhook.
Okay, yeah, look at webhook here. You have to publish first before using the webhook. Okay, so when I publish, let me now use the webhook. Yeah, the endpoint URL is simply this endpoint here. This point. So this is the test data. Okay. It has connected, right? It has connected. So let me check the settings. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. So where is the form? We'll go to the form and fill the form. Let me see if I can listen to test events and fill this form. Let me fill this form and let me just use Let's see if we can catch. Yeah, we've caught the data, right? Now, this is the data from that. Now you have to trace that. Now that is a form. Okay, you have to trace what and what did you feel. Do you understand? The other side, we made use of body, but this time around, we do not have body. They determined it. All right. So what do you have to check? This is the field is what? What field is this? Now this is body, right? Okay, good. Let me collapse all of them. I'll check body, registration form template, label first name. So this is field 1, first name is name, Chibueze. Last name is this. Email address is this. So these are the things you will now map. These are the things you will map. Where do you work? Job title. You understand? Location, Nigeria. So these are the things you're going to map now. Instead of that one, you map this. I've never used Tally before. I don't know how Tally works, but simply because I know how to make use of webhook, I'm able to do what? Use Tally. And I can confidently set a Tally form because I know how to use N8N form and type form. I was able to do type form because I know how to use Google form and N8N form. I was able to do this because I know, you understand. So all these things are just the same thing. You will not because that, oh, just like I keep saying, you will not say because I thought you using Postman, so you can no longer use it on another platform. Did we have to use Postman now? We did not have to use Postman. We went straight to Tally. My past class, someone also came up. Queen, you were there. Someone said we should use what? Tavly. I've never had to use Tavly. I used Epify and SAP API. But she said we should use Tavly. I had to enter Tavly. What helped me just by simply looking for the integration or documentation. All right. And that's what I keep saying. For you to be successful at AI automation, you must be patient enough. Imagine I say, oh, because I did not see this, I'm done. What nonsense is this? I'm done. You understand? At the end of the day, I'm not going to achieve it. So I've used integrations to show you how to look for that documentation, that instruction, what to tell you, or what you have to use to link it. And so this applies to every and any other place. What matters is that link. Copy that link. Go and paste it into where you need it. And you send your data. Now, if I publish that data, anybody that sends, if I publish that data and publish my workflow, this workflow, now anybody that sends the data from there, workflow will catch it and it will run. And just like I was explaining, you see that this workflow is just sitting on its own. Nothing concern them with Tally. There is no Tally node there. Nothing concern this workflow with Tally. So it's just like a chef sitting inside his kitchen and they bring order to him. All right. So assuming, let me use it to explain better. Let me use it to explain better. I know why I use all these funny terminologies. All right. So assuming this guy is a chef, you see that he will keep sitting on his own. He will keep sitting on his own, staying on his own, staying jeje. This guy will carry data and come and knock his head, and he will carry it and flow. Assuming this was a chef, he receives the order, sitting inside his kitchen, sitting inside N8N. He receives his order. His order, he will not decide, is he going to use pots? Is he going to use fire? Is he going to use seasoning cube? Is he going to use plate? Is he going to use cutlass? Is he going to use knife? All those other things are now the processes that are going to run inside here. You understand? While this guy has just received his thing. Now, there are some times where you need to send it back, depending on your workflow you're doing. You need to send it back to webhook. You need to send back the data where it is coming from. So what would you do? You come here and say, respond to webhook node. All right? You may need There are some cases you may need that. And we are going to do that with one of the use cases here. Do you understand? And for the person that's talking about payment gateway, who is going to bring their payment gateway? We can actually do that before the end of the class. We can do that before the end of the class. But mind you, see, the way payment gateway works on N8N is not that N8N will push the payment to the person. No. N8N will just set something to monitor when payment comes and the name that came, we send it as. So when so person pays, just like your spreadsheet that we did now earlier on, when data lands, it will pick and fire, send notification to the person. Understand? That's what you can do in that one. Not like you're using N8N to collect payments to determine something inside N8N. No. It's just going to be collecting maybe the payment name, when payment was made or things like that. Or it is going to more like, say, someone or maybe you do a work that you need your workflow to send invoice to people. So when the person pays, that name is received. As that name is stored, received and stored, N8N will pick the name and send payment confirmation to the person, and also send you that this person has paid. So we send some payment confirmation. So those use cases are the things you can use N8N to do. Not that someone is going to pay you using N8N per se. I don't know how to put that though. Right? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know, but if that's the case, I'm just suggesting, why don't we rather do a payroll system?
Okay. So So what use case do we use in payroll system?
Because I feel payroll will give us a more insight.
Payroll system is a HR something now. Do we have a HR here?
It looks like Kirian has a lot of knowledge in this space. So yeah.
See,
that's ERP. That's an ERP system, right?
This is the thing here, right? This is the thing. Hold on. This is the thing. My job, like I said, I will always say, there are 101. In fact, just like you've seen there are over 8,700 templates. If Kirian comes to say, let's do all this, Glory will be comes to say, let's do this. Idode will come to say, let's do this. Coach BT will come to say, let's do it. At the end of the day, we'll not do anything. You understand? When we started, I told you guys that my job is to teach you how to build automations. All right? Then you will know, just like Victor does. Just like Victor does. And who else here is doing that? I think someone else is also doing that here. Where is that? Couple of persons here. You use knowledge of what you have learned to apply. Now, for instance, I have shown you how to use webhook. I must not come to tell you, okay, I must not come to show you how to use webhook on Tally, how to use webhook on WhatsApp, how to use webhook on Facebook, how to use webhook on, you understand? My job is to show you how do you use webhook. Even on the voice call, there is VAPI, there is 11 Labs, there is Retail, there is which other one? Okay. I will not come to tell you how to use webhook on VAPI, how to use webhook on Retail, how to use webhook on 11 Labs. No. But me showing you, okay, this is how you use webhook should be able to cover you, to make you to be able to use webhook. Now, I've not only taught you how to use webhook, I've also taught you how to look for how to integrate. All right. We've done HTTP requests, which a lot of those nodes you're talking about may not be here, especially those ERP nodes. They may not be here. Okay? So you now want to build something around that. What do? You get the use case, starting point to the ending point of a use case. All right. You now say, okay, what do you want to achieve with this? What am I going to achieve with this? Do I have knowledge of this? Do I have knowledge of that? Even now that I'm generating this code, I'm to an extent, I know that a lot of people here have even forgotten how to use code node to clean data. But these are the things we have done. Now, I use code node to clean news item the first time. When we entered into data cleaning, and it was still like a new thing to you. That should no longer be a new thing to you because you have known how to use the code node to do a particular thing. So what do you have to do? You adapt it into the next. Do you understand? You adapt it into the next. So there are a lot of use cases we can build, but if we start building use cases, if I say, okay, bring your use case, I say, you bring your use case. Now, those your use cases are the things you should take for your project to prove to me that you have known how to automate without me. Do you understand? There are things that you should go and build using those nodes I've shown you. This is how you use this one. This is how you use this one. Then when you come back with your project, because you're going to have a project defense, just call it project defense or presentation day. Then you come back and say, okay, this is now your project. That's what I've been asking you people. Have you gotten your project? Have you gotten your project? Have you gotten your project? And nobody has given me the answer yet. And your project is not going to be end from here to here. No, I need to see an elaborate workflow, even if it is 5 different workflows. I need to see something that functions, really functions for business. Not form and output, 3 outputs, send email. No, that is not a project. And I do not want to see any project based on what we have practiced, because our practice is to guide you to build other things you want to build. You understand? So if I start now, trust me, if I start now to say, bring your use case, bring your use case, bring your, trust me, if 13 persons are here, 13 persons bring use cases, that means 13 classes. We are not going to end now, Abby. I don't know.
I think we should leave I think we should leave the payroll system.
We can do a payroll system, but draft out, okay, we can take it as the last day class, all right? But draft out, let's see, how does it work? What is being done in payroll? And the way I always advise you people and encourage you that what you're learning is how to build these workflows, right? Now, adopt and adapt it into your different careers. There are people here who might be data analysts. There are people here who might be cybersecurity professionals. There are people here who might be HR people. So how do you adapt it into your own careers, your own areas of specialty? Do you understand? Now, if I say, now, sometimes you will see people say they are doing 1 week or 3 days class, 100,000, using N8N in HR. 3 days. At the end of the day, what are they going to show you? 1 or 2 or 3 workflows. Abi, class will end 100,000 down. You understand? Those ones now we now say, okay, they are building use case in your area. If I was a HR person, I would know that, okay, payroll, yes, I've worked with HR for a while in the past. I was okay, this is what is done in payroll, this is how it is generated, this is where it goes to, this is and everything. Then I will now say, okay, and again, your payroll, N8N will not pay your payroll. N8N is not going to pay, but N8N is going to probably push it into your HR software or document or management system. You understand? Things like that. So those use cases where how do you use it, from what is the start and what is the stop? If you can bring it, all right, you can say, okay, let's do something like that. So I'll be giving you the task. Give us the use case of the payroll system. Do you understand? Give us the use case from one point to the other. What does this point do? What does that point do? What does this point do? What does that point do? Do you understand? Kilian, do you get? Is that okay? Kilian Bulemo.
I said it's okay. It's okay.
I didn't hear you now. All right. Okay. So we'll be waiting for that. Then we'll try. Because next class I want us to do things. Okay. Next class though, bring it, but that's not what we're going to do in the next class. We'll have to get a day to slot it in. Do you understand? All right. Then we'll also go back to the AI agent. We'll go back to the AI agent to build what we can use for customer care. All right? We can build what we can use for customer care. Full working customer care agents. Understand? So we'll have to go back. So we'll just brush. Sorry, when we are not brushing, we'll just run through other use cases. We've done, how many use cases now have we done with AI? How many AI nodes have we used? We've used the AI agent, we use the test classifier, we've used the information. I've not even shown you how to handle documents in your workflow. So that we are going to do that then before going back to AI agents, before determining this. Because if you have a document in your workflow now, all right, how do you handle it? Do you know how to handle it? No, but we'll use one workflow. I like using that one because it's more elaborate, which is contract review document. It's very elaborate. It's quite long. It's elaborate. We'll use that to practice how to handle documents. All right. By the time we've done it from one end to the other, and you practice it, you will. No person will tell you, say, okay, this is not like this in the handle document. Understand? So that will be all from me. I'm taking questions. No questions. All right. See you guys.
Okay, sir. I need to ask that. Is there a time we are going to do like a customer care phone answering agent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that will be around the last day of the class.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sorry, I have a question quick, please.
Yes.
The the self-hosted and N8N platform, if I need to set up my credential, is it the same process as before?
It's not the same process. I have asked twice here that people who got their self-hosted accounts, they should come up, let me teach how to integrate. Nobody came up. I've asked it twice. Nobody came up. So I left it.
Yeah, that was the same day. That was, I think, before I got mine or the day I got mine. So.
Okay. No issues. Whenever you see, just let me know. Then I can take you through it.
Okay.
From Monday, though.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Sorry, take us through how to do it with the. I've missed a few classes.
Yeah, I need it so.
I know I've bought mine, so and I'll set it up already. I don't know if there's any further steps.
No, have you integrated your Google, your Gmail, your spreadsheets? Have you integrated them?
No.
That's how to integrate it is different from how you're integrating this one
Oh, okay.
you're using.
Okay. Okay. All right. I will try and catch up with you, sir. Maybe from Monday, like you said. So.
All right. Okay, no problem. Or we can fix it. We can use it to start Wednesday class. We can use it to start Wednesday class.
That would be a good idea.
All right. So see you guys tomorrow by 7 p.m. Do this assignment to this one now that we just did. Do it, complete it. Just do your normal workflow. The only difference is webhook. That is the only difference. I know webhook sometimes looks confusing, but it's very easy. The time I wanted to start practicing webhook when I was learning, in fact, it looked like a nightmare to me because I didn't even know where to start, where to put head and all those things. But at the end of the day, I found out it was even very easy to do. Absolutely easy. In fact, you start even enjoying webhook over using forms because using form will waste your time before you start building all those forms. But webhook is just you catch your text data, you put and you go ahead. Trust me, someone like is he still here? Someone like okay, he's not here. Okowo would Temiolua would tell you better. As I've seen one of his workflow where he used webhook. Well, so see you guys tomorrow and have a very wonderful head. Sorry, a very wonderful day ahead. I've said a very wonderful day ahead. Have a very wonderful